Hey guys, Matthew here with Healthy Hydration Home Services and the best hydrant water, and today we're going to be installing our eco-friendly under-counter mini home unit. So what we have here is this is a home unit that's going to come without the cartridge in there, and so you want to make sure, just check and make sure that O-ring is installed in there correctly. Just make sure it's set in there. It should stay in there, but just in case, you just want to always check that and make sure those filters are this way. So you can see how they're installed. You always want the screw cap up like this. So what we'll do is we'll pop these in here and just screw those down. You get them nice and finger tight. Those seals will seal on there. You can feel it. And then grab the next one. Again, just double check, make sure everything's good on the O-ring that's in there. Pop that in there again, and you'll see how it's seated in there. And then you'll just screw that in. Just get this one finger tight too. One other thing too is to make sure here when we're hooking this up, you got your in is going to be your bad water, and your out is going to be your good water. It's going to go to your faucet or your diverter faucet. So what we do next is go over some of the tools you're going to need. You're going to need a channel lock or a pliers. You're going to need a side cutter or a scissor to cut the zip line. You're going to need a PEX cutter to cut your PEX. And then these are the different parts that are going to come with it that you're going to see in here. That's going to be your faucet adapter. It's going to, or your faucet line down below that we'll put in here. You're going to have your little 1/4 inch, and then you're going to have your 3/8 to 1/4 going from your faucet to that line as well. And you're going to have some tape, but we're not going to need that in this one. And then obviously your diverter faucet that's going to come in here that we'll go through and install. And then you're going to have your PEX line that's going to be used, and we got plenty of it in here so you can make the cuts on that what you need for installing that. So now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to install the faucet adapter. So this is your angle stop that's going to go in there, your quick connect's going to go to. So this is just going to connect to your faucet line down here that you can see. So again, you'd use that channel lock to unscrew this here. So what you do is you'll unscrew that, and you'll have that. So then the way this goes in is it just screws in like this. Very easy to do. And this is going to go on your cold side now, not your hot. So you want to make sure you're putting that in your cold side and you're getting it nice and snug. So you just use your channel lock on here. You can use a wrench too, open wrench if you want. We're just using a channel lock here. Most people got a pliers or a channel lock sitting around. And now what we're going to do here is, since we're going to the faucet, we're going to leave this open. And since we're going up to your faucet line, what we're going to do is we're going to utilize our plug that I showed you guys before. And that's right here. So this is the plug that comes in here. So that's going to go on top of here, but you're going to want to make sure you tape that, because that way you don't have to worry about any leaks. So just go around 4 or 5 times just to make sure you get enough tape on there. That's all you're going to do, and that'll come with it too. So now you got that ready to go. So now we'll just take our plug and we'll put our plug in there. And again, you're going to want to make sure you snug that down nice and tight. So that's nice and tight there. So now we got that installed. So now the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to grab our filter. So I'm going to grab quick. You're going to need your filter. You're going to need your PEX line. And then you're going to need this part, this product right here, this part right here that goes in here. And I'm going to need my PEX cutter and all my tools. Then you can see down here, I got all my tools I need. So this will come with a zip tie on it, so you just want to cut that off with a scissor or a side cutter. And then you got your PEX ready to go. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is get this set up here. And what this is going to do is this going to go right into the bottom of your, so this is your cold supply line. So this is just your 3/8 faucet line that goes up to your faucet that's going to be up there. So we're going to attach this on here. And again, these already got a gasket in them, so we don't have to tape these. These already got a gasket into them, so we don't have to tape this one, and just get it nice and snug. So now you got that ready to go. So now what you're going to want to do is position wherever you want your filter to be. So that's kind of going to determine where you're going to have your line and that stuff. So we're going to put this one back here, and then just kind of measure out what you're going to need for line. So we can see here, we're not going to need very much line. So we leave plenty just in case you guys want more. So just kind of take it, just kind of eyeball it. Like, you can leave a little extra if you want to be able to move it around like what we're going to do. And you just want to cut what you need. And then again, these just quick connect in, so you just got to push. And again, make sure you hear them click. And then what you do is you go on to the next one here. And then just make sure that one clicks in. So So we got that in. Now the next one we're going to do is go over here to this one. So what we want to do is make sure, again, we got enough line going in there. So we'll just kind of check our line here to see how much we're going to need. I like to go like this and just push that in, make sure it's locked in, and then kind of see where we're at with that faucet line. Just make sure you get enough room, so if you got to move it around or anything, it's easy to move. And we'll cut again. So then here you got some extra, so if you ever move it or want to move it in a different spot, it gives you plenty of extra pecs you can just keep in your box or whatever. And then again, that's pushed in, and that's all you got to do. So that's easy install as far as hooking it up underneath. And now I'll show you here, we'll put our diverter faucet in up here. So we'll go up here, and then now you have your diverter faucet. And then from there, we'll just hook this up. Make sure you put the gasket in there. Comes with a rubber gasket you want to put in here so we don't have any leaks that come out of the faucet. And now we're going to hook this up into the machine. So what we want to do here is make sure we put our plug in, like we showed in the other video before, how to install this on the countertop. So we'll do that. And you see the plug's on the outside. So you want your inside. So this is going to be your out, so that's where the plug goes. Your inside is going to be your feed line, meaning your water in. So then again, what we'll do is we're going to cut, again, the line that we're going to need. So just pop this off. And then again, this has got a nipple on here, so we just push, make sure you slide this on here, push this where it needs to go, and then we'll just screw that in. And you can do finger tight, will be enough, or you can take your pliers that you have and tighten it down even more if you want. And then again, we'll get our machine hooked up here, just so you can see. So we're going to leave ourselves plenty of line, so if we want to move it around, we can. So I'm going to grab this, pop that in. Again, you're going to go right into this inline on here, so push that down, and then we're good to go. So there you have it. That is how you install the whole home eco-friendly filter under the counter. So that's how you hook it up, and now we have fresh water coming to this line right here. So I hope you guys like this video. If you have any more questions or anything, reach out to us, or definitely go back. Guys, so now that you got your diverter faucet hooked up and you got your eco-friendly whole or mini home set up, you want to make sure you flush that out. So you just turn on, let some water run through it, and make sure you're flushing it out. You don't want to have all that extra, the dust and stuff from the media not having touched any water before. There's going to be some debris, and there's going to be some black water that comes out of there just because it needs to be rinsed off. So let it run for about 3 or 4 minutes. Just let that water run through there. And then once you're done with that, you're good to go, and you can go ahead and hook up your machine.